The alarm clock screams at 5 a.m. It's another day for a blue-collar worker in America. He pulls on worn work boots, a constant reminder of the daily grind. The factory floor awaits, filled with the roar of machinery and the sweat of honest labor. He's been doing this for 20 years, but the future feels uncertain. The paycheck barely covers the bills. He worries about his kids, their education, and their chances in a world that seems to be leaving him behind. This is the reality for millions of blue-collar Americans. They are the backbone of the country, the builders, the makers, the doers. They work hard, play by the rules, and love their country. But somewhere along the way, they started feeling invisible, their concerns ignored by those in power. They saw their jobs disappear, their communities crumble, and their way of life threatened. They felt forgotten by the American dream. They yearned for a leader who understood their struggles, someone who would fight for them, someone who spoke their language. And then came Donald Trump. He promised to bring back jobs, to renegotiate trade deals, to put America first. He promised to make America great again. His message resonated deeply with blue-collar workers, offering a glimmer of hope in a time of growing uncertainty. Trump's campaign rallies were filled with blue-collar workers, drawn to his promises of economic revival. He spoke directly to their anxieties, acknowledging their pain and offering seemingly simple solutions. He blamed globalization for sending jobs overseas and promised to bring them back by imposing tariffs on imports. He vowed to renegotiate trade deals that he claimed were unfair to American workers. Immigration became a central theme. Trump promised to build a wall on the southern border, claiming it would protect American jobs and wages. He painted a picture of immigrants taking jobs from hardworking Americans, fueling fears and resentment. This message resonated in communities struggling with economic decline, where competition for jobs and resources was fierce. His tough talk on immigration struck a chord. He promised to deport undocumented immigrants and ban Muslims from entering the country. These were radical ideas, but to many blue-collar workers, they signaled a willingness to shake up the system, a system they felt had failed them. The concerns of blue-collar workers are as diverse as the industries they represent. In the Rust Belt, factory workers watched as manufacturing jobs disappeared, replaced by automation, or outsourced to countries with lower wages. They saw Trump's promise to bring back manufacturing as a lifeline. In coal country, miners facing layoffs due to environmental regulations and competition from natural gas pinned their hopes on Trump's pledge to revive the coal industry. They saw him as someone who valued their work and their way of life, unlike the environmentalists they felt looked down on them. Even in industries not directly targeted by Trump's policies, anxieties ran high. Fishermen, for example, worried about the impact of offshore wind farms on their livelihoods. They saw Trump's skepticism of climate change and his support for traditional energy sources as a sign that he understood their concerns. Section 4. The two sides of Trump's policies. The potential impact of Trump's policies on blue-collar workers is a subject of intense debate. Some economists argue that his protectionist trade policies could lead to higher prices for consumers, hurting working-class families already struggling to make ends meet. They also warn that tariffs could spark trade wars, damaging the economy and leading to job losses. Others are more optimistic, arguing that Trump's tax cuts and deregulation could stimulate economic growth, leading to job creation and higher wages. They point to the stock market's performance as evidence that businesses are confident in Trump's economic policies. The truth likely lies somewhere in between these two extremes. Some blue-collar workers may see their jobs return or their wages increase, while others may face higher prices, job losses, or stagnant wages. The long-term impact of Trump's policies on the economy and the blue-collar workforce remains to be seen. Section 5. Delivering the dream challenges and expectations.